Today, we will explore one of the most significant journeys in history, the journey of Abraham from Ur to Canaan. A man called to leave behind his home, his comfort, and his past. This journey not only transformed his life, but also planted the seeds of faith for millions. Join us on this journey to understand how a voyage of faith and hope changed the course of history forever. Abraham, originally known as Abram, is a central figure in Jewish, Christian, and Islamic traditions, revered as the forefather of faith. According to the Bible, he was born in Ur of the Chaldeans, an ancient city located in what is now southern Iraq. Ur was one of the most advanced and prosperous cities of its time, situated along the banks of the Euphrates River. It was a thriving hub of commerce, culture, and religion. The city's grand ziggurats, massive temple structures, reached high into the sky, symbolizing the connection between the gods and the people below. Its markets were filled with goods from all corners of the ancient world, and the city boasted advanced technologies, such as intricate irrigation systems that turned the desert into fertile land. This was a place of wealth, stability, and security. Abraham was born into this vibrant society, coming from an established and respected family. His lineage was notable, and his family enjoyed a comfortable life. The bonds of family and community were strong, and his life was one of relative privilege. In Ur, Abraham's life would have been structured by the rhythms of urban living, gathering with his family for meals, engaging in religious practices, and participating in the bustling trade and cultural exchanges of the city. Yet, despite his roots in such a stable and prosperous society, Abraham felt a deep, stirring call that would change everything. This divine calling urged him to leave behind the life he had always known. He was asked to step away from his homeland, his family, and the security of Ur to embark on a journey toward an unknown destination. This was not merely a physical relocation, it was a spiritual summons, a challenge to trust in something greater than himself. The call to leave the comforts of Ur and set out into the unknown required an immense amount of faith and courage. Abraham's willingness to obey marked the beginning of a profound transformation, not just in his life, but in the lives of generations to come. It was a call to walk in obedience to a higher purpose, a purpose that would demand resilience, faith, and an unwavering commitment to the promise of a new land and a new beginning. Through this divine invitation, Abraham's journey became a living testament to the power of trust and obedience, setting the stage for a legacy that would echo through history. Amid the quiet stability of his life in Ur, a life that was rooted in familiarity and comfort, Abraham received a call that would change everything. One evening, as the stars shimmered across the sky, a voice from the heavens broke through the stillness. According to the Bible, God spoke to him, saying, "Leave your country, your people, and your father's household, and go to the land I will show you." This command was not merely a call to relocate, it was a divine invitation to a new way of life, a life driven by faith and a promise of something far greater than what he had ever known. The message was profound. God was asking Abraham to leave behind not just his physical home, but the security of his culture, his social ties, and the life he had built. Ur was a city of wealth and influence, and to step away from it required an immense leap of trust. Abraham had to leave behind his ancestors, his community, and his comfort zone, all for the sake of an uncertain future. Yet, in this moment, Abraham chose to trust in God's word, a promise of a future he could not see but believed in with all his heart. This was more than just a physical journey, it was a spiritual challenge that called Abraham to embrace the unknown with faith. It was a call to step into uncharted territory, to trust in God's provision, and to walk by faith in obedience to a higher purpose. Abraham's decision to heed this divine voice marked the beginning of a journey that would change not just his life, but the destiny of nations. It was a journey that would lead to the promised land and set the foundation for generations to come. Abraham's obedience became a living testament to the power of belief and trust in a purpose greater than oneself, a journey that still resonates as an enduring symbol of faith, obedience, and the transformative power of divine calling. With unwavering faith in the promise of God, Abraham departed from the prosperous city of Ur, accompanied by his wife Sarah, his nephew Lot, and all their possessions. Their journey westward, toward the land God had promised, was not a simple one. The road ahead was fraught with hardships, beginning with the vast, arid deserts that stretched endlessly before them. They traveled through scorching heat by day and cold, starry nights, with only the desert winds as companions. Water was scarce, and they often found themselves relying on whatever little they could carry, battling extreme dehydration and exhaustion. The desert was a place of isolation, yet it was here that Abraham's faith was tested most severely. As the caravan moved deeper into the barren landscape, they also encountered rugged mountain ranges that posed their own set of challenges. The steep inclines made travel difficult, and the rocky terrain slowed their progress. Yet, despite the harshness of the environment, Abraham's resolve never wavered. Every obstacle they faced, from treacherous storms to the physical toll of the journey, was met with a steadfast determination to reach the land promised by God. Each step taken on the difficult path only strengthened his faith, as Abraham clung to the divine promise that had called him from his homeland. While the journey was a physical test, it was equally a spiritual one. Abraham's reliance on God grew with each passing day, and his trust in the unseen promise deepened. Every hardship, every challenge, became an opportunity for Abraham to reaffirm his belief in a future that he could not yet see but knew was meant for him. As they ventured further into the unknown, Abraham's faith grew stronger, shaping not only his identity but also the legacy he would leave for future generations. The journey to Canaan was not just about arriving at a destination, it was about the spiritual transformation that occurred along the way. This was a journey of perseverance, trust, and the profound inner growth that comes with unwavering faith. After a long and arduous journey filled with trials and uncertainty, Abraham finally arrived in Canaan, the land that God had promised him. Standing atop the hills, he gazed upon this rich and fertile land, a place unlike the vast deserts he had crossed. This was to be his new home, a land abundant with life, where streams nourished the valleys and hills provided shelter and beauty. Here, surrounded by nature's promise of growth and abundance, God renewed his covenant with Abraham, saying, "I will make you into a great nation. Your descendants will be as numerous as the stars in the sky." But Canaan was more than just a place to settle, it was the beginning of a much larger purpose. This land, with all its potential and promise, was to be the foundation of a nation, a people set apart who would carry forward the legacy of faith. Here, Abraham's journey found both an end and a new beginning, a place where the promise of God took root and began to grow. Canaan became not just a home, but the birthplace of a promise that would shape the future of countless generations. Abraham's faith and obedience had led him here, to a place where he would lay the foundation for a people who would remember this journey as the beginning of their identity and covenant with God. Abram, who became Abraham, is remembered as the patriarch of three of the world's major religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. His life and story have transcended time and geography, standing as a powerful symbol of faith, obedience, and the search for the divine. For millions across the globe, Abraham is a figure of immense courage, the man who dared to follow God's call, even without knowing the outcome or where his journey would lead. His willingness to step into the unknown, leaving everything behind for the promise of something greater, speaks to the universal human experience of seeking meaning beyond the material world. Abraham's journey of faith and perseverance in the face of hardship has left a profound mark on history. His story has inspired countless individuals throughout the centuries, encouraging them to trust in God's guidance and to pursue a purpose that transcends their immediate circumstances. His life, full of trials and triumphs, has become a living legacy, a testament to the power of faith and the importance of following one's spiritual calling. From the ancient lands where he once traveled, to the holy cities that now honor his memory, Abraham's influence stretches across diverse cultures and faiths. In Jerusalem, the Dome of the Rock stands as a testament to his connection to the divine in both Islam and Judaism. In Mecca, Muslims direct their prayers towards the Kaaba, recalling Abraham's pivotal role in their religious narrative. Christians also revere him as the father of faith, seeing in him the model of belief and obedience to God's will. His legacy is not confined to one place, but rather is woven into the very fabric of these three great faiths, linking them across time and space. Abraham's life serves as a bridge between these religions, reminding us of the shared roots of the Abrahamic faiths. It calls us to look beyond our differences and find common ground in our belief in a higher purpose. His unwavering trust in God's promise continues to resonate, reminding us of the eternal value of faith, obedience, and the courage to follow God's call, no matter where it may lead. Abraham's journey from Ur to Canaan is more than just a geographical trek, it is a story of faith, hope, and the search for a purpose beyond oneself. His life inspires us to move forward, to trust, and to persevere, even when the road is uncertain. Through him, we understand that a single decision of faith can impact not only our life but also the lives of generations to come. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Abraham's story. Don't forget to subscribe and like for more inspiring content about faith, history, and the legacy of figures who changed the world.